He who controls his breath controls his mind. And he who controls his mind overcomes all limitations of body and soul. Mahavatar Babaji. Have you ever wondered, why is it that while science, medicine, and technology are developing today, people still harbor so much suffering in their souls? Why can a person live in wealth but still be immersed in emptiness, insecurity, and anxiety? And is it possible that in just 10 minutes a day, we can find a way to heal the root of all spiritual diseases? The answer is given by Babaji, the immortal sage of the Himalayas, through Kriya Yoga. This is not just a method of practice, but a sacred science, helping the soul return to wholeness, freeing it from the bondage of time, karma, and suffering. The disease of the human spirit. People today carry diseases that modern medicine cannot measure. These are spiritual wounds, voids in the heart, dull pains in the mind, conflicts that cannot be named. Babaji once said, "There is no disease in this world that does not originate from an imbalance between the soul and the body." 1. Invisible diseases. Ignorance. When people forget their divine nature, they live in illusion, chasing after material things, fame, power. That is the root of suffering. Anxiety and fear. We are always afraid of losing, afraid of death, afraid of the future. The mind becomes a prison, and life energy leaks away every day. Endless thirst, never feeling enough, never satisfied. That is the disease that makes people live in a cycle of suffering. 2. The body-mind-spirit connection. All physical illnesses originate in the mind. When the mind is damaged, energy cannot circulate, the biofield is disrupted, and the cells become sick. Babaji taught, if you want to heal the body, first heal the soul. If you want to heal the soul, first return to God. 3. The disease of the age. We live in an age rich in information, but poor in silence. Every day, people receive countless chaotic images, sounds, and emotions which exhaust the subtle energy within us. The real disease is not cancer or heart disease, but the loss of connection with the immortal self within. Kriya Yoga, the door to healing. Mahavatar Babaji appeared to impart to humanity a sacred science of the soul, Kriya Yoga. This is a path that is not based on blind faith, but on direct experience, breath, energy, and union with God. 1. The meaning of Kriya. The word Kriya in Sanskrit means conscious action, pure action, not coming from the ego, but from the soul. The word yoga means union, the dissolution of the individual ego into the infinite ocean of the universe. When these two concepts are combined, Kriya Yoga becomes union action, a sacred ritual of breathing, where each inhalation and exhalation bears the mark of enlightenment. Each breath not only nourishes the body, but also nourishes the soul, bringing us back to the immortal source. Babaji once taught, Kriya Yoga is not a philosophy to be discussed, but an electric current for people to connect directly with God. Whoever enters this current will be healed from the root. 2. Why is only 10 minutes a day enough? Babaji revealed a secret. Only 10 minutes of practicing Kriya Yoga every day is enough to awaken the immortal energy within you. Why is that? Because Kriya Yoga is the path that goes straight to the center of life energy, prana. It does not go around in philosophy or theory, but touches the lifeline at the base of the spine where the kundalini energy is dormant. Each Kriya breath is a cleansing of karma. Babaji calls it burning years of karma in just a few conscious breaths. Just 10 minutes of concentration, the entire subtle energy system, nadis, chakras, biofield, is purified, rearranged, like a muddy river suddenly becomes clear. When practiced correctly, in those 10 minutes you are no longer a small person, but become a channel of cosmic energy. You are no longer breathing, but the universe is breathing through you. 3. Kriya Yoga and immortality. Babaji affirmed, "He who masters breath, masters life. He who controls prana, transcends the cycle of birth and death. And he who is united in Kriya, knows that he has never been born, never died." In fact, the immortality that Babaji teaches is not just a long life in the body, but immortality in consciousness, where the soul realizes its eternal nature. At that time, death is no longer the end, but just a change of clothes. True healing is not about repairing the body, but about rebirth of the soul into the eternal light. 10-minute practice, the secret of transformation. If the theory of Kriya Yoga is like sunlight shining on the mind, the practice is like a stream of sweet water flowing into the heart. Without practical experience, Kriya is just a concept, but just one sitting. 10 minutes of silence, you will immediately feel the door of healing open. Detailed steps of practice. 1. Preparation, 1 minute. Choose a quiet place where there is no disturbance. Sit with your spine straight like the axis connecting heaven and earth, your shoulders relaxed, your hands placed lightly on your knees. Close your eyes, feel the presence of Babaji as a golden light shining down from the top of your head. Whisper in your mind, "I offer this breath to you." 2. Kriya breathing, for minutes. Inhale deeply, imagine the energy flowing from the base of the spine, Muladhara, along the spine, passing through each chakra, up to the top of the brain, Ajna, the third eye. As you exhale, imagine the energy spreading from the brain to the heart, then flowing throughout the body, like light cleansing each cell. Practice rhythmically, repeating for 4 minutes. Each breath is a cycle of life, a cleansing of karma. 3. Chakra visualization, 3 minutes. Visualize the 7 chakras in your body as 7 brilliant suns, shining with their original colors. Focus especially on the heart chakra, Anahata, the abode of love, compassion, and divine light. When the heart is lit, the entire universe within you is lit up. 4. Unification, 2 minutes. In the last 2 minutes, do not try to do anything. Dissolve. Whisper the mantra, Om Babaji Namah. Let your mind sink into his vibrational frequency. Feel that you are no longer an individual, but a tiny spark melting into the infinite ocean of God. Practical effects of 10 minutes of Kriya. The nervous system is regenerated. The tense strings are loosened, the brain is purified, the brainwaves enter a state of peace, alpha, theta. Hormones are balanced. The pineal gland, pituitary gland, thyroid gland are regulated, helping the body to heal itself. The energy field is radiant. The biofield around the body is expanded, clarified, attracting cosmic energy. The mind is calm. All the noise outside disappears, you return to the boundless silence. The soul is bathed in the immortal light. You no longer feel like a finite body, but an eternal soul, being embraced in the love of Babaji and God. Babaji calls it the secret of transformation, a short journey of only 10 minutes, but enough to change the destiny of a person, enough to open the door to eternal healing and enlightenment. healing all spiritual ailments. Babaji once taught, all physical ailments are but shadows cast by the wounds and distortions of the soul. Heal the root, and the shadow will vanish. 1. The mechanism of healing. Energy purification. When you inhale in Kriya, prana is drawn in from the cosmic ocean. When you exhale, it sweeps away the accumulated dust of the body and mind. This is the cleansing process, where the life energy rebalances all the chakras. Awakening the latent DNA. The ancient Indian sages believed that we have dormant light strings in our DNA. Kriya Yoga awakens these spiritual genetic codes, unlocking the potential for healing beyond conventional medicine. Freedom from fear and karma. Most diseases do not start in the body, but from fear, anger, guilt, and unresolved karma. 2. Diseases are healed. Anxiety, depression, insecurity. When the mind is stuck in a spiral of fear, Kriya brings you back to natural stillness. The Kriya breath is like Babaji's hand on your heart, reminding you, you are safe, you are still the light. Karma and spiritual trauma. Each Kriya breath is like an invisible fire, burning away the old karma that has held you back for lifetimes. You feel yourself getting lighter, as if you have just removed invisible chains. 3. Kriya is like an immortality potion. Babaji once affirmed, no disease can bind the soul that knows Kriya, because Kriya is the antidote of the universe. This saying has a very profound meaning, because Kriya does not cure from the outside, but from the inside. It does not impose a healing force, but awakens the inner guru, the immortal self that is already present in each person. Notes after practicing Kriya Yoga, preserving the sacred energy source. When you have just completed 10 minutes of Kriya Yoga, understand that you have touched the purest level of energy. At this time, the mind and body are like a new land that has just been sown, needing gentle care so that the seed of enlightenment can sprout. 1. Keep the space quiet for a few more minutes. Do not rush to open your eyes, stand up or talk right away. Sit still for another 2 to 3 minutes, feeling the energy still circulating throughout the body. At that time, the cells, nerves, and chakras are synchronizing. If you rush, this flow can be interrupted. 2. Reflect and remember the experience. After each practice, ask yourself, in the past 10 minutes, what did I feel? It could be silence, a stream of light, or just a lighter breath. Don't compare, don't judge, just remember. Because this observation will help you gradually realize the process of spiritual transformation. 3. Avoid doing heavy work or receiving negative energy immediately. After practicing Kriya, your energy system is like an open door, very sensitive. Avoid arguing, making noise, or absorbing negative information, news, social networks, immediately after. If possible, do something simple and gentle, walk, drink warm water, or sit and watch nature. 4. Keep the Kriya throughout the day. Babaji taught, Kriya does not end when you stop breathing in meditation. It continues in every moment when you remember yourself as light. At work, take a deep breath like in Kriya from time to time. When facing difficulties, remember to bring energy into the heart and exhale with forgiveness. Each moment is a continuation of the 10-minute morning practice. 5. Gratitude and dedication. After each practice, whisper words of thanks to Babaji, to yourself, and to the universe. This energy of gratitude is the key to keeping the Kriya flowing and to spreading that light to everyone around you. The enlightened wisdom of Babaji. If Kriya Yoga is the means, then Babaji's wisdom is the guiding light. 1. Babaji and immortal love. The greatest thing about Babaji is not supernatural power, but unconditional love. Babaji teaches that every Kriya practice must begin with love. Love for oneself, to accept, forgive, embrace one's darkness. Love for others, to transcend the boundaries of the ego and unite in empathy. Love for God, to remember that we are part of the infinite ocean of light. When the heart vibrates in love, Kriya is no longer a technique, but a sacred ritual of the soul. 2. The role of Kriya Yoga in the new era. We are living in an era of unprecedented change. Science is advancing rapidly, but people are losing their way. Material things are abundant, but the spirit is dry. Babaji pointed out that Kriya is the bridge that connects humanity back to the light. When each individual heals, the collective energy of all humanity will be lifted. Babaji affirmed, a liberated soul is a light that guides 1,000 other souls. When humanity breathes together in Kriya, the earth will become a planet of light. 3. Practical lessons, bringing Kriya into life. Babaji does not want us to just sit on the mountaintop to meditate. He wants us to bring Kriya into every beat of our lives, so that life becomes a sacred journey. Bring Kriya into your breath. Every time you breathe, remember that you are connecting with the universe. Bring Kriya into your steps. Every step is a bridge connecting heaven and earth. Namaste.